Jenny McCarthy Show.
Oh! Cynthia.
Hi. What's up, Jenny?
What's up, girl?
Oh, what's not up? Woo!
I'm telling you, listen, I watched last night and I'm like, girl, I love that she's coming on my show. I love it. I love it. I love it. So Cynthia Bailey, I want to talk about a few things.
Okay.
You're promoting your drink, Seagram's Escapes.
Yes.
Peach Bellini.
Peach Bellini.
Bellini with special packaging designed by Cynthia.
It is.
That looked so tasty last night. I wanted a drink so bad.
So did I.
She's also promoting the show Real Housewives of Atlanta Sunday nights at 8 o'clock on Bravo. You know, Cynthia's a care. If you guys haven't watched the show, Cynthia's someone that I think I could pretty much say everybody loves. Like, very likable. You remind me of me back when I was a nice person. When I try to play Switzerland between friends, you know, you wanted to be the in-between. But then as I got older, I realized when I'm the in-between person, I wind up getting hated the most.
Sucks. It totally sucks.
Right?
It really does. As you saw last night.
It's like you're trying to play both sides, and it just never works out because you're going to wind up defending someone that gets pissed off that you're defending them. And then there's the whole thing about parties, which we're going to get into. So, I mean, is it something that you're going to change from here on out? Are you going to pick a side to make it easier?
Well, I love all of my friends, Jenny. And I think how I got into the little pickle last night I got into is because I am nice and I try to be loyal to all of my friends. Honestly, the fact that the situation even became a situation is ridiculous. We're not in high school. I wanted all my friends to be at my event. You know, everyone can relate to having friends who don't, get along, and you're having something and they're like, oh, are you inviting this person? Or this person's coming, I'm not coming. Last night was about me. And that was the bottom line at the end of the day. Now, anyway, let me just say this. Yep. The sad thing is also, I feel like had I told NeNe Kenya was coming or not coming, I still felt like it just wouldn't have been received well. It just is the way it is. Looking back, I wish I had. But once Kenya told me that she wasn't coming, because she did tell me that she was not coming, and Kandi convinced her to come, at that point, when they walked through the door, NeNe's there already. And then again, had I just said from the beginning, hey, she's coming, whoever wants to come still, come, don't come, I don't really care.
You learned a valuable lesson.
I learned a very valuable lesson.
So then I have to ask you, let me back this up. When you guys usually see the show when everyone else sees the show, correct?
No, we see the show a couple days before.
Wow, you're
airs.
lucky. Other shows do not. They get to watch it during the airing when everybody else does. So in saying that, when you saw it for the first time a few days ago, did you shit yourself when you saw that they had that audio?
Oh, yeah. I was completely mortified because... Right? I'm not going to get too much into production and editing and things being in and out of context. All I know is when I lean over and whisper in Mike's ear, I don't hear me saying anything. I read a caption, but I don't hear those words coming out of my mouth, nor would I would even have a reason for those words to come out of my mouth. But okay, I was drinking a lot of Peach Bellinis that night, just for whatever reason. If I did say that, at that point, once both of the ladies were in the room, Jenny, my only concern was keeping the peace and having a successful event.
Totally.
Period, point blank.
You wanted all of your friends there, and that was the whole goal.
That was it.
Despite all the shit that happened, and I totally feel for you. And I look the feeling online, the temperature that I gauged from everybody was that they were on your side in terms of, hey, we understand that you wanted all your friends there. It's kind of a crazy thing for you to have to pick a sides, and everyone should support a friend when they're promoting something.
Right. Well, one of the things I love about social media, and social media is not always nice, and about this show. I've never been a villain. I couldn't be a villain if you put a gun to my head. I actually am a nice person. I actually am a good friend, which is why I get myself in these ridiculous situations, which is why I've been at the friendship contract. Like, I actually want to get along with these girls, and I pretty much do for the most part.
You do.
So last night was pretty hard for me. It was hard for me to look like I'm lying about something, to look like, I don't have the balls to just tell both of these women that they're going to be in the same room. I mean, I had nothing to gain last night by setting NeNe up or betraying her. Like, why? Who wants to just wake up on a happy day and just pick a fight with NeNe for nothing? Like, that's not fun.
And I just want to clarify for everyone, you didn't lie.
No, I did not know Kenya was coming.
You did not know Kenya was
Nope.
coming. Okay.
Now, Kenya was invited. I invited her. I wanted her to come. Be very clear about that. But I did not know Kenya was coming until she walked in the door. And Kandi backs me up all 100% on it because it's the truth. And we get into all that stuff at the reunion as well. But at this point, Jenny, you know, I'm 52 years old. I don't really care what people believe.
Shit, right? No
believe
shit.
it or not believe it. What would be the goal? Why would I even, like, what am I getting out of it to put them in the same room? Kenya's like 8 months pregnant. What is she going to do? What's she going to do to NeNe? Sit on her? She's like, there's nothing, you know, even putting Kenya in a situation of that kind of drama when she's that far along in her pregnancy. Like,
totally.
It was supposed to be just a fun event, and it ended up just being about
a shit show.
Yeah, bullshit.
A shit show.
Yeah.
So when we heard as the audience members heard this audio of you calling Kandi saying,
right.
Yeah, and Kandi's like, I'm mic'd.
Right. Which is what we always do when we're mic'd.
Of course.
With all of my castmates. You
Welcome
already know.
to my world. Yes.
Oh, honey, you know, you've been in this business for a long time.
Totally. Yes.
I've been in the business. I've been on the show for 9 years. I've been on TV for probably 15 years. Okay. I know when my mic is hot.
Right.
When Kandi said, I'm mic'd, that's code for do not say anything that you do not want to be recorded, which is when I would say, got it. And then I would text Kandi anything that I did not want the world to hear. So for me, at that point, I was so concerned, being nice Cynthia, to make sure that we left this conversation with NeNe feeling comfortable and making sure she knew what really happened. So I was like, Kandi, make sure, you know, this is set up right, how it happened.
Right.
You got her to come. I invited her, but you were the one that convinced her to come. And I never knew that she was coming until she walked in the door.
Right.
So basically when they hear, oh, like set up, whatever, you know, they're thinking, oh, it just is all so stupid. But that's what that was about.
That produced, edited piece of them using those voice, they definitely made it more salacious than it was.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Sure.
Now let me just peel the onion a little bit because let's peel it. So NeNe obviously is going through a lot of situations. I mean, she's in a horrible situation right now with Greg having stage 3 colon cancer. I know he's doing better. There was a lot of people online that are still saying, you know, of course I know what it feels like to have to care for someone that's sick or dying. It's really hard. But then there's a lot of people saying, is she using this situation sometimes as a card to play?
Well, I can just tell you this. I've been nothing but loyal and supportive to NeNe as a friend. And even more so once I found out that Greg was battling cancer. Like at that point, literally in my mind, NeNe was off limits. She had a past. The only thing I wanted to do was just be there to be a friend. I mean, I just, like literally Greg's life changed overnight, and I was one of the first people that found out about it. So, and all the girls felt the same way. We get into this at the reunion. You know, if anyone even at the buy wig party, when her and Marlo were going, I was like, Marlo, you know that she's going through that. Like, this is not about you. Just give her a pass. Like that was like, please give NeNe a pass girl, like to all of the other castmates. And at the end of the day, it just still kind of felt like, you know, no matter what, you know, it was like, I couldn't win for losing. Like no matter what, you know, she still just kind of held on to this, like no one, you know, understands what I'm going through. And we're like, but we do, and we're here, and we're trying to do everything that we can do.
You guys
support you.
You guys have tried. I've seen you guys have said, you know what, we're going to back down. We're not going to keep fighting. We understand what's going on.
Right.
You guys have been very sympathetic. If Greg wasn't going through this right now, I feel like we would still see the same exact NeNe we saw this season without Greg going through the stuff. This is NeNe. Would you say?
Well, your words, not mine. I just will say that as someone, I'm in a great place in my life. I'm in love. You know, my daughter's away at college. She's figuring it out. I live on a lake. You know, I just turned 52. I look 22. Okay, all right.
You do.
You know what I mean? I look good, and I feel good. And you know, going back to Greg's situation, and I'm healthy. Like, I have my health. I'm blessed. I have a great life. So with that, I have no choice but to give love to the universe. Like, I'm a happy person, and I feel
totally
like
get that.
I feel like, you know, with NeNe, like I have to feel like this is not even about me. This has to be something that a battle that she's fighting within herself, whether it has anything to do with Greg's cancer or not. Like, I just think at some point, you know, when you don't have peace, or you don't have the things that whatever it is that's missing in her life. Like, I can't speak for her. I just know that a normal, happy, peaceful, loving person would just have to have just more compassion for situations. Even my situation last night, I spent a lot of time at the reunion trying to explain. We hugged it out in the scene yesterday. I was like, I'm sorry. Oh my God, I did not know that, you know, it was really that deep, and still be met with so much malice. It's like, you know, like online, you know, it's like, of course, you know, she goes to social media. I don't do the social media thing. You never saw me all season say anything negative about NeNe. I'm not going to battle her on social media. That's not what I do. You know, I'm a grown woman. If I have something to say, if you want to meet me for a drink, meet me for a Peach Bellini, then we can talk about it.
That's right. The Peach Bellini. Don't forget. Seagram's Escapes. Peach Bellini. So, you know, we all have friends like this that I would call scared of sometimes. It's true. We tiptoe around certain friends that we don't want to ruffle their feathers because we don't want to things to come crashing down.
Right. It's just not worth it.
It's not worth it. But then when is it worth it to kind of weed your garden?
Well, last night. Last night I started weeding my garden, like very much so. Like actually after I saw that episode, you know, at first I thought, you know what, let me call her and try to explain. And then I saw some of the things in the episode that she was saying about me that she's always kind of consistently ran with. Oh, Cynthia's weak, Cynthia's this. She always tries to paint this ugly picture, this negative picture of me that I'm not.
She calls you a victim.
Great. And I'm a victim. Anything that means I don't have power. Meanwhile, I'm doing great. I'm very successful. I had success before the show. I came on the show. You know, I've used a platform in an amazing way. I feel like I'm pretty great.
You are. She's projecting. You know that, right? You know she's projecting.
I know,
how she
but
feels.
It's so mean because I always try to show her love. And the one thing I learned, getting back to weeding my garden, I can give all the love that I want to this woman. It's up to her to be able to love and give it back. So, garden-wise, let's just say NeNe Leakes is not in my garden anymore. That's for sure. And it's sad to say that because I do love this woman, and I feel like I'm like one of the last people standing that actually is still even around her that really supports her and cares about her. But you're not going to I'm not going to walk around on eggshells. Every time I do something that you think or whatever that I've gone against you, which I never do. I mean, people literally consider me a lapdog at this point because I'm so freaking supportive of her, which is very insulting. But that's just how loyal and supportive I've been. It's really honestly been to a fault, but I'm done. Like I just can't do it anymore.
You have you know what it sounds like.
I have nothing else to give.
You made boundaries for yourself, and I'm really happy for you because at a certain point it becomes abuse. You're in an abusive relationship when you have to walk on eggshells around a friend, when you can't be yourself, when you're afraid to manipulate a situation because you're afraid someone's going to say something. It's toxic. It makes you
Jenny,
toxic.
It's like I looked at last night's episode and I knew like her trolls were going to come from me, but you know what really felt, although that was like, you know, uncomfortable and like hurtful, you know what really felt good? Like I honestly felt like I was free. Like at the end of it, I just was free because I said, you know what, no matter how bad this is, I don't have to be friends with her anymore.
That's right.
And that's the blessing. Like
yes.
As crazy as I looked last night, at the end of it, as long as I don't have to be friends with this lady anymore, then it was all worth it. Thank you for showing up, Kenya, because it really showed me who she is. Like the way she deals with situations is like this is what I was trying to tell you at the reunion. She didn't even want to hear me explain. Like she was so ready to crucify me just for even for the notion that I could disagree or do something that she doesn't want me to do is pathetic, honestly.
It is. I mean, I hate to use this word because I don't want to call it, but a narcissist also doesn't listen to the other person.
Yes.
So she doesn't allow the opening. There's not the friendship isn't reciprocated whatsoever.
No reciprocity.
No, at all. And again, like I said, we all know she's going through stuff, and we all have compassion for her. This is a totally different thing.
Absolutely.
And I'm really happy that you are able to weed your garden and move away from that.
Well, you know what? Somebody told me this after I saw that episode. They said, you know, sometimes God will give you a push. And if you don't pay attention, God will really just give you like a shove. And if you still don't pay attention, God will just actually kick you down to get your attention. And I feel like at this point, I'm paying attention now. I see things for exactly how they are. I'm not confused about my relationship, or if I even had a real relationship with this woman, to be very honest with you. And I deserve better. Like at this point, this is not a healthy thing for me. This is not a healthy person for me to be around. This is not good for my spirit. You know, I'm all about positive affirmation. I don't want to tear women down. I want to lift them up. That's who I am. That's who I've always been. And that's how I will leave the show, with that same positive, loving spirit. Because that's who Cynthia Bailey is. Now, if that's not who you are, don't be mad at me.
That's right. Mm-hmm. You're going to find like-minded people are the ones that are supporting you. And those are the people you want supporting you.
Well, you know, it's
you don't
very
want the
interesting.
trolls.
It's so interesting because ever since this happened, I was just like, oh my God, everyone's going to hate me and they're going to think I'm so awful and I was a bad friend. When I tell you the universe has opened up and people are popping out of the woodworks, who are literally like cheering me on, like, girl, we've been waiting for you to open up your eyes. Like, what took you so long? She never deserved you as a friend. And, you know, I don't ever want to, like I said, I'm not interested in bashing NeNe or, you know, say anything bad about her, but I'm just speaking my truth. And I wish her well. I keep Greg in my prayers. You know, I pray he continues to recover. I still wish her love and happiness and well-being. I'm just not going to be a part of it anymore.
I know. I love watching you grow up. I love watching your whole arc over the years. I want to ask you, I've got a few minutes left. So you're getting married again.
I am. You know, I'm in love. And
I'm so happy for you.
With Mike Hill, and he has just been a blessing. Like I said, I'm 52 years old. After I got divorced, you know, I had hope. Thank you. I had hoped that I would meet someone, but I didn't think I would be in love again. Like, you know,
it just
like
happens.
I'm in high school.
It just happens.
And he literally is an amazing man. And yes, I'm not. You know, he's been married before. We both have kids. We're not like, you know, run into the altar like next week. You know, I'm enjoying this process. But
now that you're wiser and older, would you still also have a prenup?
Would I still have a prenup? Yeah, if it made sense. I mean, I'm not exactly a billionaire or anything, but the little bit that I have, yeah, I'd like to leave with it if, God forbid, it doesn't work out.
Exactly.
And I'm sure Mike feels the same way. Yeah, can I please just leave with what I had? You know, I'm not the kind of woman that, I'm not greedy. Like, just give me what I'm supposed to have and leave me alone. Like, for me, you know, more important than getting married or when I'm going to get married, you know, or when is he going to give me a ring and all that stuff. I just want to make sure that I have the right man in my life.
That's right.
That's the only thing I care about. He can give me a ring pop as an engagement ring for all
exactly. But I just want you to have a less stressful wedding than the one you had with Peter. Do you still talk to Peter?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, right?
You know what? I have not spoken to Peter lately, but we have kept in touch, you know, since we got divorced. You know, if something comes up, Noel
and your
went to college.
daughter's still in touch with them?
Yes, Noel definitely still keeps in touch with Peter, and I still talk to his kids.
That's really nice.
Yeah, but I'm all about that. Like, I didn't divorce his kids. You know, I still love having a relationship with them. And, you know, again, Noelle has been around Peter since she was 8 years old. So I love that they still, you know, speak when they want to speak to each other.
Good luck to you, girlfriend. Come back anytime.
Thank you so much,
Good luck,
Jenny.
Cynthia.
All right, God bless you guys.
Jenny McCarthy Show.